everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Alpha Instinct Podcast. You're here with Trei the Trainer, and today we're going to talk about optimizing recovery and why that's important to sustain a long, healthy, consistent training journey. Before we get into the topic, I quickly want to go over a couple of events that had just passed. We ran the 5K chocolate and wine run most recently. So shout out to Brittany and Lario who came to support. And then also we ran the 10K, which was the Gate River Run. That was a very fun race as well, coming back into training. And then before that, we did the Spartan race, which was an amazing event. We had the medals to show you. I just didn't bring them with me right now, but community is very important in staying consistent. And that's what we help build when we do things like races and events that keep everybody engaged. Another event we have coming up is the Alpha Instinct Health Fair coming up first week in July. I believe it's July 6th. So be looking out for that, and we'll keep everybody updated on future podcasts. Okay, I felt really good coming back from my break. I spent about a couple weeks, 3-4 weeks, taking a break for travel. I went to Japan, and I also had a bit of a hamstring injury that I was working through, which will tie back into the title for today, or the topic for today, optimizing recovery. So my trip to Japan was amazing. I saw all types of different people and scenery that I've never seen before. It definitely was eye-opening, and I always recommend you travel because this was the first time that I left the United States to this scale. I think I went to a trip to like Bahamas or something before when I was little, but that don't really count. I used to live in Miami. It's like really close. This was a 14-hour trip there and back, and I spent about 12 days in Japan, noticing a lot of different things like gym culture there. Just to be brief, you have to wear if you have tattoos, you got to cover up tattoos. They're very like modest. They don't like a lot of like grunting or like powerlifting being loud in the gyms, or if your headphones and music too loud. They really respect the peace there overall for people in general. So that's one of the big things about Japan, just being respectful to everybody around in peace. And so if you're going to Japan thinking that you're about to get a great like garage workout, it's not the type of style. You come there, just be respectful and the way that their culture is and how they do things and their gym culture. But it was great to experience, and I'm glad that I got the chance to go out there. And now, I'm happy to be back here with Alpha Instinct in Jacksonville, Florida. So with that being said, part of the reason why I took my break was the hamstring injury. I had a slight hamstring injury that seemed to occur out of nowhere, but I'm pretty sure it was this overuse injury, which can happen if you're not following a particularly tight program for your training. And I'm the type that adds a lot of volume with it, whether it's running or lifting, or in general just moving around and aiding to my clients. So if you're not paying attention, you can rack up overuse miles on your body very fast. That will result in a injury that could last you from anywhere from 6 to 8 months, just off of you overusing things that you're not really even sure that you overuse. Because when I got my injury, it was like, wow, I'm hurt. Maybe the last couple of days, it lasted like a long time. So with that being said, it's important to understand program design. With program design, it'll allow you to see exactly when you're getting in enough work and enough rest. So everything that you're doing is planned out, scheduled. This is the best way to avoid injuries the best way you can, by implementing good rest in the training. If you're somebody that's like me, it's very important because usually you have several modalities of training, which could include running, lifting, swimming, basketball, anything active on top of like your regular strength training program. I would encourage you to sit down with a trainer or sit down with your schedule and break down what makes the most sense for you to get optimum training and optimal rest. So currently, just to give an example, the split that I'm on is about a 4-day split. So where I'm training one day and then I'm off the next day. All right, so giving me a built-in rest, recovery for my body after each training session. And I'm going to run this for about 4 weeks to see how it works for my body. So far, so good. My speed in my 5K has increased, and my injuries have seemed to dissipate along with me getting sufficient rest. So right now I'm in about week 2, feels pretty good to be back at it. So once again, that's a 4-day split where I'm breaking up my training by a complete day of rest in between, just to give my muscle fibers and my body a chance to rest and recuperate and come back into action the following day. So very important, because you may not recognize how much rest you need, or that you need to continue training at the level that you're training. And that takes a lot of time. So someone like me that's been training for a while now, to still have those issues, know that that's an issue for a lot of people out here that are just starting training and just starting to learn their relationship with their bodies. So with that being said, go find a program, go find a trainer, go to Alpha Instinct Fitness and get you a program that can align to what your schedule is and your goals and your needs and keep you safe. Continuing off of optimizing recovery, I want to bring up mindfulness in training. Simply put, just finding a way to add a bit of meditation through each training session. That way we get benefits from our mind being reset, or our bodies getting into a mode that allows us to work outside of cycles that do not serve us. So when you train, inside of training, you can also think of it as a meditation, or for a chance for the brain to reset or realign. This is important because as we get going, you may lose motivation. But if you stay to performing meditation with inside of your training session, it will help you to improve the result of training. So, or improve your consistency of training. For one thing that I do for adding a sense of mindfulness for my clients when they come in is I provide them with activations that they're allowed to come in and perform before I give instruction at all. Very simple movements, whether it involves a jog or a style of warm-up, some type of passive, I forget my words, but stretching to prepare for the training session that they can do without thought. Something that they can do as a part of just free flowing. The flow aspect. Like if you go to yoga, once you learn the cadence, they say flow, and you free flow into whatever you're doing for X amount of time. That's what I give clients at the beginning of our training session, so they can be grounded, they can be rooted in what is to come next, and also give them a chance to decompress from the world outside before they come into the training session. So that big transfer of whatever's going outside of your day, leave that at the door and come and tap into mindfulness of your activation, and then boom, you'll be ready for me to continue training. That's the goal behind mindfulness within training, meditation within training. Use every practice to develop yourself into the goal that you set for yourself. Programming mentally what we want to do, very important. Subconscious programming into a better version of yourself. Every thought that you have either moves you closer to the goal or further away from the goal. So it's important that you look at what the goals are, create a program, and get around community that can help assist you with achieving the goals that you set for yourself. Continuing with the topic of optimizing recovery, I would also like to talk about nutrition and how that's beneficial for you to have the best recovery possible. Obviously, you know, alcohol is nothing but poison, and you need to look at it as such. Every time that you drink alcohol, you're poisoning the body. Keep it flatline simple like that. Limit your drinking down to, I would love for you to come in and be able to just go cold turkey without alcohol. But if you can limit your drinking consumption down to something that's manageable for you, whether that's once a week, twice a week, one drink a week, whatever it is, you need to implement that so that you can have less poison in your body, so that your recovery can move faster. The alcohol blocks recovery time. You cannot get back into the phase of increasing your body's performance with alcohol still in the system. So some people may think that one glass of wine, or one drink every other day is good, or you're able to build off of that, but really you're still harming. You're consistently feeding yourself a stream of poison that's keeping you from the goal. So I have clients that have been taught by American social standards and construct that alcohol is acceptable in a way of, is an American pastime or the American way to be able to unwind and put poison in your body. When you look at it like that, it may deter you going forward, especially when you add in carcinogen effects of alcohol and how much body fat increases. All you gotta do is get on the body scan. The first thing that people will tell you is, well, if your body fat percentage is high, how much are you drinking? You have to be honest with yourself and really get down to what can I do to reduce the direction or reduce the whatever you don't want. Whatever you don't want. Reduce the body fat, reduce being tired, or you want to think about increasing energy, increasing lean muscle tissue. You want to think, how can I be more positive to myself overall? It starts with the thought. Going back to the subconscious mind, you have to make a choice to favor the positive thought over the negative thought that you share in your mind. So every second you create some sort of thought. You must focus on positivity. This is how you stay out of the cycle of repetitive alcohol consumption or whatever your vice may be. Practice focusing on the positive, all right? Because you have a choice. Protein, food, non-processed food, all of these things or unprocessed food, all these things help aid in better nutrition, which aids in better performance, better recovery overall. And the next thing is sleep. If you're not sleeping and you're stressing, these are small things that we don't really take we don't take for face value until it's already a little bit like down the road. So you are already having heart populations because you've been stressing and you didn't notice until your body starts to react. It's very important to be very aware of how your body is reacting to daily stimulus on your life, because getting results in the gym is not all about the gym work. So much more outside of what goes on in the gym matters to what your results are when you get back on the body scan. You are only spending 4 to 5 hours a week maybe in the gym, but if you look at the time that you're spending outside of that versus inside the gym, you see where the optimization of time is important. It's important outside of the gym. So all of these tips and tricks about teaching, grooming the subconscious mind is what really is required to see change in the physical. What do you think? What can you create in your mind and create outside? You need to have a vision of what you see yourself as, and you need to have a vision of how you can continue what you need to do daily, step by step, to get there. All right, and you need to execute. Those are the things that will get you to the next phase. Reprogram what you're thinking, reprogram how you see things, join community, get around like-minded people, and do the work. At the end of the day, this is the only way to really change. No matter, you can't come to me asking our clients all the time to ask, like, what can I do to get rid of, I need to get rid of my fupa or my back is too big. All of these things come with the change of who you are inside, or at least what you've been doing recently. Like, let's change up what we've been doing to get to a new spot. And you have to be consistent with it, all right? That's the only way to really see the change. And there's nothing that I can do in particular as least as far as fat, dropping fat and adding muscle. This is a full body thing. This is a mindset thing. This is a all over. You need to be 100% tapped in to the change of you all the way around, top to bottom. Recreate yourself in a mental sense for how you approach challenges in the gym and outside the gym. Whether that's redoing your refrigerator, whether that's not hanging out with the same friends because they always invite you to the bar or happy hour on Wednesdays, Thursdays. You have to sit down and do real calculations about your life to move forward. And I felt very compelled to say this because I'm noticing trends with some of my clients that I know for a fact this is their issue. And for me, I get frustrated because I really want to help my clients get to the goals that they set, because that's the whole reason why we work out. So I would love to see a continued trend, at least, I would like to see that client trending in the right direction. And so I have to stay up on their body scans, how they look, and have those conversations, those tough conversations with clients to see why progress isn't being made. And usually it'll come back down to just discipline outside of the gym. If I only see you twice a week, it looks real good from the 2 days that I see you, but you know that when I test you next week on the body scan, that it's not going to be good. And I can also see you in real life. Like when you come in out of shape, I can see you. You know what I'm saying? I can see that you are slacking because I watch myself like that. So I can tell if you're moving slow. I can tell if you look a little bigger, your shirt fitting tighter, your pants, whatever. I pay attention to all these things, and we also get on the body scan to verify exactly where you grew at or you gained fat. And this is just information that I have to retail clients or people that I'm working with so that they know next time that they make a conscious decision to eat something that they shouldn't eat at the time, to remember like you made a commitment with your training to achieve a goal. So this is something that needs to be, it's just as much on me to make sure you have a good session that it is on you to achieve your goals outside of the gym, or use what we've done in the gym to continue to achieve the goals. Do your part, basically what I'm trying to say. Do your part. I'm gonna do my part. I'll be there. Unless I just, I was late. I was late today, but I got there. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be there. Go to work. Make sure that you take care of yourself inside and outside. So just to reiterate what we went over today as far as optimizing recovery, make sure that you are, number one, following a training program that adds in proper rest so that you can see gains that can get you closer to your goals. Number two, eliminate alcohol to the best you can. You're not doing anything but consuming poison. Number three, update or follow a nutrition plan that aligns with the goals that we set. And then number four, count your macros and make sure that you're getting enough nutrients in to see the gains. That is all that I had to say for today. This is Trey the Trainer here with Alpha Instinct Podcast. I appreciate you guys listening. Look forward to us in the future. We have more podcasts, more workout videos being dropped soon here. Looking forward to that. And then you'll see more with me, Lario, and Britt. So, and thank you, RD, for recording this. And then I'll be back again.